Hello and welcome to another section of this complete Angular course. In this section, we are going to learn about template-driven forms in Angular in great detail. Here, our main focus will be to learn how to use an HTML form in Angular using template-driven approach. And let's start this section by having a high-level overview of what is a template-driven form and how to make a form template-driven using Angular. Now, you might ask, why do we need to use a template-driven form in Angular? Why can't we simply use a normal HTML form? Well, that's because using Angular we create a single page application. But a normal HTML form, when it gets submitted, it sends a new request to the server and it reloads the page. And since Angular application is a single page application, we can say that it restarts the complete Angular application. And to avoid this, we need Angular's help to stop this default behavior of reloading the page whenever the form is submitted. And that can be achieved using a template driven form or by using a reactive form. So when we use a template driven form or a reactive form, working with form becomes much more easier. We can easily read form control values, validation of form data is easier, and there are other advantages as well. That's why instead of using a normal HTML form, we use either template driven form or reactive form in Angular. In this section, we are mainly going to focus on template driven approach of working with forms in Angular. And in the next section, we will learn about reactive forms. We basically use a form to collect data from the user. And in Angular, there are two ways in which you can create a form, by using template-driven form approach or by using reactive form approach. As I mentioned earlier, you will learn about reactive form in detail in the next section of this course. In this section, let's focus on learning about template-driven form. In a template-driven form, we do most of the things like behavior or validation of the form in the template itself using directives or attributes on the form. Everything happens in the template and hence very little code is required in the component class. That's why it is called as template driven form, because everything we are going to do in the template itself, and we are going to write very less code for a template driven form. Now, the advantage of using a template driven form is that a template driven form is a simple HTML form on which we use some Angular's built-in directives or attributes to work with it. It involves very little code in the component class, and most of the things are done in the template itself. And because of that, template driven form is easy to start with and it is easy to understand. But there are also disadvantages with template driven form. For example, using template driven form, it is difficult to add a control dynamically at runtime. And also, with template driven form, unit testing is a bit challenging. So now, let's learn how we can create a template driven form in Angular. Now keep in mind that in order to work with forms in Angular, we need to import forms module from the Angular/forms library. So this is the first thing which we need to do in the app module. Let's go to VS Code, and here I have created a brand new Angular project. I'm calling it template driven form, and in this project I only have this app component, and inside this app component I'm writing some HTML in order to display a form in the web page. And in the app component.css file, I have also written some CSS in order to design that form. So if I go to the web page, the form will look something like this. Okay, so here in the app component.html, I have written a very simple HTML. Here, right now, we are not using anything related to Angular. This HTML which you see here, it is a pure HTML. It does not have anything related to Angular. So as I mentioned, in order to work with forms in Angular, the first thing which we need to do is we need to import forms module from Angular/form. For that, let's go to this app module file, and there in the imports array, here we need to import forms module, and we need to import this forms module from Angular/form. So when I select this, you will notice that the forms module has been imported, and an import statement for this forms module from Angular/forms has also been added here. So this is the first thing which we need to do. That's because this forms module is a library which provides us with some methods and also some directives which we can use on a form in order to work with it. And you will see that throughout this section. So this is the first step. Let me save this file and let's close this app module.ts file. Now let's open app component.html file. So here we have our form. Let me put a line break after this header. So here we have our form, and on this form we also have this action attribute and this method attribute. But since we are creating a single page application here, when this form will be submitted, we don't want to make a new request to the server directly. Okay, we don't want to make a new request to the server and reload the page. So I'm going to remove this action attribute and this method attribute from this form. I'll keep this CSS class here because we want to design this form. And the next thing which I'm going to do is, if I scroll down, we also have a submit button here. So if I scroll down, here we have an input of type button. But instead of making this input of type button, I'm going to make it of type submit. Okay, so what we want is, whenever this form will be submitted, it is going to emit an event. It is going to emit ng submit event. So we can listen to that event on this form. So on this form, I'm going to bind the ng submit event. And for event binding, we use a set of parentheses. Inside that, we specify the event name. So here the event name is going to be ng submit. And this event will be raised every time this form is submitted. In this case, every time this submit button is clicked. All right. And when this event will happen, let's say we want to execute some code. Here, let's say we want to execute a method. And I'm going to call this method on form submitted. You can name it anything. And let's go ahead and let's create this method inside the component class. So I'm writing this HTML for this form inside this app component.html file. And for this HTML file, the component class is present inside this app component.ts. Here we have this app component class. Inside this app component class, let's go ahead and let's create this method. And whenever this method is called, let's say we want to log something in the console. Here, let's say we want to log form submitted. Okay, let's save the changes. Let's save this HTML file as well. Let's go to the web page and let me open developer console. Let's go to console tab. Let me clear everything here. And when I click on the submit button, you see it has logged this message form submitted. So basically when this submit method was clicked, the ng submit event was emitted. And when the ng submit event was emitted, it is going to call this on form submit method. And what we are doing inside this method, we are simply logging this message form submitted. Now what I want is, instead of logging this form submitted text in the developer console, I want to log this form itself in the console. For that, on this form, I'm going to use a template reference variable. For that, we can use a pound sign and we can specify a name for this variable. Let's call it maybe registration form. You can name it anything. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this registration form to this on form submit method. Now what this registration form it is going to store? It is going to store a reference of this form, right? So let's go to app component.ts file. There, now we are also passing an argument to this on form submitted. So here, let's call it maybe form. And what is the type of this form going to be? It is going to be HTML form element. Okay. Now let's go ahead and let's log this form in the console. So instead of logging this text message, we are going to log the form itself. If I save the changes, if we go to the web page now, let me clear everything here. And now when I click on the submit button, the form will be submitted. The ng submit event will happen. And when that will happen, it is going to log a reference of this form, because this registration form, this template reference variable, it is going to store a reference to this form. So that will be logged in the developer console. If I go back and if I click on the submit button, you will notice that that form, the HTML of that form has been logged here. Now here, instead of logging the HTML of that form, what I want is, I want to get this form as a JavaScript object so that we can manipulate it from our Angular application. Now, in order to do that, all we have to do is, to this template reference variable, we need to assign ng form. So here we can say ng form. And again, this ng form, it is provided by forms module. So this ng form, it is a directive, and this directive makes a form a template driven form. Now keep in mind that we don't need to explicitly specify this ng form in order to make this HTML form as a template driven form. When we imported forms module from Angular/forms, that time only Angular will find this form and it will convert it to a template driven form. Okay, and this ng form here, it is going to store a reference to that template driven form, and we are assigning that reference back to this registration form. And with this, if we save the changes and if we go to the web page, here we have an error, and the error here is because now here when we are specifying the type as HTML form element, this form is no more of type HTML form element. Now it is of type ng form. Okay, and in order to use this ng form, we also need to import it from Angular/forms. With this, if we save the changes and if we go to the web page, that error is gone. And now just notice what happens when I click on this submit button. You will notice that now an object of type ng form has been logged here. So now this form parameter, it is storing an instance of type ng form. Now if I expand this ng form object, there we have a lot of properties which we can make use of in order to work with this form. And we are going to start working with this form using this ng form object from our next lecture. Now, one more thing which I want to do here is, instead of passing this template reference variable as an argument to this on form submitted method, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a property here. I'll simply call it as form, and it is again going to be of type ng form. Okay, and on this form, I'm going to use @viewChild decorator, because as we have learned, using the @viewChild decorator, and in order to use this @viewChild decorator, we also need to import it from Angular/Co. So using viewChild decorator, we can access a DOM element or a component from the template. To this, let's pass a parameter, and here I'm going to pass this template reference variable as the parameter. Okay, and we no more need to pass this registration form template reference variable to this on form submitted method. So I'll remove it, and here also we will remove this parameter from this on form submitted method. And here we are going to log this form property of this app component. So here we can simply say this dot form. Now here we have this error because Angular wants us to assign something to this form property. We have not initialized it. That's why we have this error, as you can see. So for now, what I will do is I'll go to tsconfig.json, and there I'll set this strict to false, and I'll save this file. With that, this error should also be gone. And if I go to the web page, we should still see this ng form object logged when we click on this submit button, as you can see. Okay, so from the next lecture, let's see how we can work with this form using this ng form object.